portion of our course, we're going to familiarize you with the use of an automated external defibrillator, or as you and I know them, an AED. It's a very simple device to use. Hopefully you'll never have to use one, but if you do, it's very simple. The device will basically walk you through the process. So even if you don't know what the process is, just let it do all the work. Statistically, for every 1 minute that you delay the use of an AED, this victim has a 10% chance less for surviving. So it's important that you get to the AED as soon as possible. If you come upon a scene and there's a person that needs assistance, they're not breathing, you're going to have to assess the scene and figure out what to do next. If it's a child, chances are it's not heart related and you're going to start the CPR process right away. Remember, it's a child, 5 cycles of CPR, call 911, leave the phone open, and go back to doing your CPR. If it's an adult, this is where the decision is. Do I start CPR? Do I look for an AED? That's a determination you're going to have to make. If you're in a school and you know there's an AED by the coach's office, you're in a gymnasium, you're in a hallway, you know where an AED is, there's no decision. It's an adult, you're going to call 911, you're going to go get the AED. And the process is as follows. You determine that that person needs assistance, you're going to call 911, you're going to make sure that they have all the information that they need to send you assistance. Hi, my name is Joe Smith. I'm at Central Valley High School. I'm in the gymnasium. There's an adult who's unconscious. I'm trained in CPR. I know where there's an AED. I'm going to go get it, and I'm going to leave the phone open. Please send assistance. Make sure they have no questions. Make sure they understood everything you said. If you put the phone down without listening, and she may be saying, wait, where are you, where are you? Make sure she understands. Once you know that she understands, leave the phone open, get up, go get the AED as quickly as possible and come back. Now if you're with someone, one of you stays here and starts CPR. Especially if you're trained in CPR, start CPR immediately, make that person go get the AED. If there's someone out in the hallway, someone in another room, another office, start screaming, somebody help me, get in here, I already called 911, go get me an AED. You perform CPR, let them go get the AED or look for it. But what you don't want to do, if you're not sure where the AED is, you don't want to get up, you don't want to go wandering around looking for it, because chances are by the time you get back it's too late anyway. Let them go, or you go get the AED if you know where it is. If you don't know where it is, call 911 and start CPR. Now the process is very simple. The machine will walk you through it. Once you pull the handle, just listen. I'm going to go through this without interrupting the machine so you can see that it tells me exactly what to do. You'll note that on the front there's a diagram where the pads go. Each pad, there's 2 of them in there, each pad has the spot diagrammed on the pad itself where it's put. One of them is going to go in the upper chest area and the other one is going to go in the rib cage area. But it will show you where they go. So again, you get back, place it here next to the victim's shoulder on the other side, pull the green handle.
Begin by removing all clothing from the patient's chest. Cut clothing if needed.
Open the shirt, rip it off if you have to. Once that's done,
when the patient's chest is bare, remove protected cover and take out white adhesive pads. Look carefully at the pictures on the white adhesive pads. Place pad exactly as shown in the picture. Press firmly to patient's bare skin. When the first pad is in place, look carefully at the picture on the second pad. Peel the second pad from the yellow plastic liner. Place pad exactly as shown in the picture. Press firmly to patient's. No one should touch the patient. Analyzing.
At this point it's analyzing to see if a shock is required.
No one should touch the patient. Shock advised. Stay clear of patient. Press the flashing orange button now. Shock delivered. Be sure emergency medical services have been called. It is safe to touch the patient.
At this point, start CPR.
CPR. Press the flashing blue button.
30 compressions to 2 breaths. Remember now, with the new guideline, we are going to start with compressions. Now I've turned the unit off, but what it'll do, it'll count down. Every 15 seconds it'll tell you a minute 45 to analyze it, a minute 30. Remember that 5 cycles of CPR will take approximately 2 minutes, and that's what it's counting down. Once it analyzes and said you should deliver a shock, and you do, it'll tell you when it's safe to touch that victim again and immediately start CPR, starting with compressions. Very simple process. You didn't have to know anything. Even if you're untrained, that will walk you through it. Make sure the pads are in place. Leave them there. When emergency medical services comes or EMTs walk in the door, they're going to either take your AED with them or use their own. Most of the time they just take your AED and then they return it later, or you have to go get it. But either way, just leave it on and tell them when they get there what you've done. It's already delivered a shock. It's already delivered 2 shocks. Make sure they know. The important thing is that once it delivers the shock, you start CPR immediately. And that, again, lock the fingers on the chest, 2-inch compressions, 30 compressions to 2 breaths. Lift the head. We already did that in the CPR process. Very, very simple. I'm sure that you'll have questions that you may have. They're in the course material. Please read it carefully before taking the quiz. Thank you.